What's up, everybody? JIMIDUH here. Welcome to the first video of many to come. Decided to start this thing as a way to document, I guess, my everyday life, and the struggle is real when you have four children and a stay-at-home mom raising them babies up, and you're trying to do race car things. So, welcome to the channel. I'm JIMIDUH. I just moved to the Nashville area from Iowa, right in the Quad Cities area, LeClaire, Iowa to be exact. Was born and raised in the Chicagoland area till 2004 is when I moved to Iowa, and then just recently in May of 2017 we came to the Nashville area. So we are getting ready to move out of our house that we rented over the internet, which you should never really do. And although the house is wonderful, the mile gravel pothole mud road that I have to drive down in order to get to my house or to go anywhere is horrible. Anyways, moved here May of 2017, the end of May. It's been great ever since, and it is the end of October right now, and we are excited to be out of there. Place we are moving to does not have a garage, so that's very unfortunate. The cool part about it is, though, we are very blessed, and we're going to be building a new shop. Really excited about that. Not sure if we're going to do a 40 by 60 or go crazy, go smaller. I don't really know, but we will find out. Anyhow, I'll introduce you to this dirty, dirty girl. 2007 Trailblazer SS. Was all-wheel drive. One of the few things we did do to this was got rid of the all-wheel drive. Did a poor man's two-wheel drive conversion for right now. So we did a 6-cylinder transfer case, bolted that in place of the all-wheel drive unit that it had on there. Obviously no front drive shaft, so still two-wheel drive. Dropped the pan, took all the other front all-wheel drive components off the suspension, put everything back together. Took the engine cover off because, well, I don't really know why. So it is what it is. But the intake was on it when we bought the car in September of 2016. And last year, so a little over a year, we owned the car. Been very diligent and disciplined to try not to spend any money on this thing because I knew we were going to be moving and all that stuff. But now that we are closing and getting ready to build a shop, it is going to be time. And it's very hard for me not to try to modify or do anything because I get bored very easily driving around a slow vehicle. And this sucker, when it was all-wheel drive and the air wasn't that good, which maybe I shouldn't even said that because it wouldn't have mattered, it only went 15.7. 2.4 60-foots, it's absolutely horrible. I don't understand why that it went that slow. All-wheel drive, we weren't spinning, but it did feel like the brake was on or something, or it had like the emergency brake on. Ooh, about a bee about just tried to fly in my mouth here. So, but we changed the all-wheel drive stuff to two-wheel drive, went back to the same track, which is, it was a cooler air. I went back home to Iowa the other day, I think it's about the 12th trip back and forth to Iowa. So we really racked the miles up on this sucker. Now it's at 115,000. It was at 93, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So anyhow, we went from a 15.7 all-wheel drive the way it was to a 1440, which obviously that stuff's still real pathetic, but that was a huge improvement from all-wheel drive to two-wheel drive. And maybe the all-wheel drive stuff was killing it or something, I don't know, but we went from a 2.4 60-foot to a 2.2 60-foot, which 60-foot is still absolute crap. I'd love for this thing to go like 180s all the time and still be super awesome daily driver, which is the plan. But anyhow, give you a little bit of a look around. The thermostat went bad in it, so we had the opportunity to replace it then. That was my thing I told myself here, is that if it breaks, then you can replace it. So did a 160 thermostat. Had a shop back home in Iowa, and I wrapped different vehicles and did a lot of vinyl accents, and did paint correction, and then worked with the LS platform. I also worked for a shop in Davenport, Iowa called Yates EFI. Shout out Randy, love you, bro. For the last 7 years, and had a wonderful opportunities to work on some really killer cars. Did a lot of swaps is what we did, LS swaps and various things, and did a bunch of custom turbo kits and things like that was built from scratch for them. So made some really cool street-driven cars with AC and cruise control, and then built a lot of, really crazy high horsepower cars that I had the opportunity to be a part of. And and to work on from here and there. So pretty cool. But anyhow, so we did a little custom vinyl wrapping to the mirror caps. Nothing to write home about. Actually need to redo it, man. We could show you here. Pulled back just a little bit and started wrinkling, but that was technically the first one ever done. That's been over a year now and it stayed on. Did a body line wrap of the hood, some satin black. It was carbon fiber before, but we changed it. Painted the wheels up a little bit and calipers. Nothing really nuts by any means, but she is dusty and dirty from this gravel road. I'm sick of it, and I told myself I'm not going to wash this thing no more until I get moved. So I got a week of dealing with this. Then I'm going to feel better. So wrap the pillars here. We did do a catback exhaust on it. I think it was a Bassani. No, not a Bassani. That's motorcycle stuff. See, I'm in two worlds here. I like Harleys as well. I'll find that out later. I forget, but it was cheap. It was like $450. But it was actually a nice catback. And what I wanted was straight through style muffler, but I wanted it nice and quiet, and it is. So worked out perfect. Trying right now. I don't know whether or not I'm going to fully shave that off or not. I'm not really sure what to do, but I took the rear wiper stuff off, added some black vinyl wrap just to cover up the holes for right now, just to see if I get used to it, because once it ends up going to a body shop and gets welded up and gets repainted, I mean, that's a lot of money at that point for a couple little holes. I got to make sure that it's something that I really, really want, because at the end of the day, having the wiper in it, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I keep it? Do I put the wiper stuff back in? Do I even leave it like that and call it a day and spend the money on something else? Who knows? I'm not really sure. Anyhow, here, I don't know if you guys are into Harleys or not, but here's my 14 lowrider. Bought it new, had a little fun. Dad budget again, so it's pretty much stock besides a pipe. And there's lots of other... who is this down here? All right, a little interruption there at a gentleman out looking for his dog. So, but yeah, so anyhow, there's the side of it there. Pretty cool little bike. Did a Southeast Customs, I think they're 12-inch or 12.5-inch bars. Pretty cool bars. I liked them quite a bit. They really helped out the overall shoulder burn, I should say. And then did an Arlen S F-bomb 2-in-1 pipe. It did have catalyst in it, but rode it to Sturgis last year with some family and blew all the cat material out on Interstate 80 going east on the way back. So not really sure, but it's a really cool bike, man. I dig it. But yeah, so the game plan. Let's talk about the game plan with this thing. You know, I'm just getting now back to work. Unfortunately, but fortunately, dealt with some back issues the last year. Things started getting really, really bad, and you know, like most people, I just eat some Advil and keep doing what you need to do. When I moved down to Tennessee, which is in May, my wife and my children stayed back in Iowa for a little while so I can get some things set up here. I woke up one morning and I didn't really have feeling in my legs, so I said, okay, Jimbo, hard-headed or not, time to go to the doctor. So went to the hospital. They did did a CT scan. They said, Jim, we see that you have 3 bulged discs, like the L2, 3, and 4 or something like that. But that wasn't their concern. They found something on my kidney. So I went back to Iowa, met with my doctor who I've used the last couple of years, and a couple weeks, went through some different testing and this and that, and it was determined that they wanted to remove this mass on my kidney, or if they were unable to remove the mass, they were going to take my whole kidney. They weren't able to do a biopsy on it because it was like hard in the center and liquid on the outside. And if it was cancer, then obviously it would spread through the body. They didn't want that. So 21st of July, I went in to have the operation done. And when they were in there, the doctor had told me later on that it kind of freaked him out because like the hard mass had like these little feeler type things on it. So they ended up taking the entire kidney out later to prove that it was in fact cancer. So thank the Lord for that. It saved me from I don't know what would have happened really at the end of the day, but so they took my kidney, and it's just now at the end of October I'm finally starting to get some movement back in my body. I still got a little bit of back pain here and there. I haven't even addressed the back stuff whatsoever, but I was unable to really do anything from the surgery for a while and that stuff. So we're finally back to work and getting rolling. So I don't know. I'm just really happy and really excited. I'm sorry to kind of talk your ear off a little bit about that. So the plan with this thing, it's got 2 broken exhaust manifold bolts like most LS, anything really for that matter. So we're going to get some long tubes and a white pipe. I did back in April buy some Cook's long tubes and an off-road white pipe from a company out east, mainly in Maryland. That was the most horrible experience of my life. April 26th, I called, paid over the phone. After months and weeks of complaining, I received the headers only at the end of July. And then more complaining. Mid-August, I finally got the white pipe, but by that time I was so pissed about everything and being from not working, trying to stay afloat, that we ended up selling those. So we got to get another set of headers and a white pipe, and then we're going to get rid of the mechanical fan, most of the Trailblazer SS, stuff anyhow, but we're going to go with a set of Derail electric fans and their shroud. I really, really love those. Used Derail for a long time, never had any problems with them. The last Trailblazer I had, which is a 2006, I had these same fans on. They are freaking phenomenal. 4,000 CFM, and they're $300. They fit absolutely perfect on the stock radiator. Their fan shroud and everything, I mean, I think there's a 1/4 inch on each side of the fins that the shroud doesn't actually overlap. So it is by far surpasses the F-body stuff and then some. But you have to look them up. The part number's Derail. It's 16842, I think. Pretty awesome. I normally buy my stuff from Summit or Jags. It don't really matter. If I'm not able to buy from the shop that I worked at before, sometimes it unavailable. Some certain parts are unavailable to him or whatever like that. But other than that, I buy mainly all my stuff from Yates EFI. Randy Yates, Yates EFI. You guys should check him out. So, yeah, that's the plan. And ultimately, I want to go flex fuel. So I'm probably going to do a flex fuel kit on it. Got to figure out a way to get it tuned from somewhere down here. I'm not really sure of the resources I have available. And then ultimately, a converter's going to happen. But pretty sure I'm going to do a transmission at the same time. We all know how that works with these guys or with these Trailblazers. They're glass jawed anyhow. I don't know if we'll stay with a 70 and just have that built, or we'll just go to an 80 right away. But at that point in time, we're definitely going to do the full-blown 2-wheel drive setup. So I'll have to get a drive shaft and a different mount and things like that and make it all happen and, get the TCM taken care of and all that. So real quick, I want to introduce you guys to my middle daughter, Rayleigh. She's 6 years old, about to be 7. Absolutely loves hot rods with her daddy, and she's been in the garage the whole time, looking at me, telling me what I should and should not say. She's super awesome, and she just rearranged the garage today. So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to my little gearhead daughter, Rayleigh Sarai.
Hi.
So that's my girl there. So she always helps Dad when we're out in the garage or doing anything like that. Well, but if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. I know this was a very long video, but maybe I talked too much, maybe I didn't, I don't know. But the first ones always seem to be the longest ones in the thing, but at least wanted to fill you guys in on some various things I thought were important with all this stuff. And please please subscribe if you guys are interested. We're going to be doing some paint correction on this thing. We're going to be doing some wrenching on it, obviously. And pretty sure in the future we're actually going to wrap it. Maybe you guys can help me pick and choose a color and a finish. Or maybe we don't wrap it after we do the paint correction and we just do some accents. Who knows? But until then, this is JIMIDUH signing out. You guys take care. Later.